a product review of the Enya Nova concert ukulele. So my story behind this is I've had it for about 3 or 4 months now, and I saw these online when they were released because I get all kinds of ads and emails and stuff about new ukuleles. But my personal experience with non-wooden ukuleles, like plastic or polycarbonate ukuleles, has not been super awesome. Not because they're not great for specific reasons, but for me personally, I'm a little bit of a sound snob. So if a ukulele is beautiful but it doesn't sound awesome, I'm probably not going to buy it. I might recommend it for someone if they're just kind of a beginner and they just want something fun. But me personally, I am not really super into the whole novelty plasticky ukulele thing as much. So I've seen them, but I had never actually played one. And then I went to the Music Educators National Conference in Ohio here, and there was a vendor there that was selling them. So I saw them on this rack, and I picked one up, and I started playing it, and I was just totally blown away by how nice it felt and sounded. Now I'm going to do a little bit of playing for you at the end, but just to play a C chord for you. Has a really nice sound to it, which is not like most plastic ukuleles. So I did not purchase this at that conference, but I kept thinking about it afterwards. I'm like, man, I should have bought that instrument, and I never did. And so what I did is I thought about it, and eventually I ordered mine online. Now you'll notice that mine has these flowers painted on it. This is a limited edition version of the Enya Nova. It's still available, but it's a little bit hard to get a hold of. But other than the paint job, it's identical to all of the solid colored versions of this that are out there. Now Enya makes a black, white, orange, light blue, and pink version of this instrument, so you're not stuck with just one color. They're all really slick looking. The all black one is actually really, really pretty. That's the one that I almost purchased at the conference. But I'm going to take you through this bottom up and just sort of tell you the pros and cons, and then maybe, it will help you if you just are deciding whether or not to try it or purchase it. But I'll just be as honest as I can because I'm not getting any kind of monetary compensation for this. I'm not representing anybody. This is just me being a teacher who plays a lot of different instruments, telling you what I really think. Okay, so let's start from the bottom. Now you'll notice that I do have a strap that is attached to this right now. It comes with this, which is great. We'll talk about kind of the extras that come along with them later, but I didn't want to have to try to attach this while I was doing the video, so I just put it on. But the nice thing is this comes with two really, really well installed strap buttons. And with ukuleles, it's weird. They're all kind of made differently. Not all of them have strap buttons. Some of them only have one on the bottom, and then you have to get the special kind of strap that attaches to the headstock. Some don't have any, and then you have to get the kind that attaches to the sound hole, and you just never know what you're getting. So it's nice that it came with 2 strap buttons and a strap that fits the specific kind of strap buttons. Even has the Enya logo on it, which is really neat. Now let's just talk aesthetics. Let's just talk about what this thing looks like. This is a cool looking ukulele. It has this Les Paul body, which I love, and it has that nice curved Les Paul shape, which you don't see in a lot of ukuleles. Actually, Enya brand makes several that have this body shape, which I think is really cool. Although I only own this one, I think it's just a neat twist on the tradition for ukuleles. Also, when you turn it sideways, it's very slim. Now it's not 100% flat on the back. It bows out just a little bit, but for the most part, it's really compact and slim. It's not chunky like a lot of uke bodies are, which makes it really comfortable to play. So you have that kind of Les Paul body, you have the slimness, which I like, and then of course you have the sound holes that are in the shape of the Enya logo, which is kind of cool. I mean, way to incorporate that. But here's the best part. This is the part that the sound snob in me is like, yes, get me one of those. Right here, you have an extra sound hole. And this, you can't even see it when you're looking on it straight on. And you think, well, why does it matter that it has a sound hole right here? I'll tell you why. Because when you are playing this instrument and you are holding it like this, that sound hole is coming right up at your face and ears. You can hear yourself incredibly well on this instrument, which is not the case with every ukulele with the sound hole that's out front. You can still hear it, but you don't get that kind of literally in-your-face sound that you get with this little sound hole that's built in right there. So that plays a huge part, I think, in just the quality of sound. Now let's go up here. You have the neck with the little stars that are marking your various frets, just a plain black plastic neck, and then you have a kind of a chunky headstock, definitely longer than the standard, but with really good tuners, which, as you know, I always tell my students, if you don't have good tuning pegs, you might as well not even get the instrument, because you're just going to be tuning it constantly and it's going to keep slipping. So this is really, really nice, really well made. If you can see the Enya in there. So big fan of all that stuff. The other thing is that you have these fluorocarbon strings. You can't really see as much in the video, but they're not your traditional Aquila nylagut. They are fluorocarbon. They are more elastic. They have a lot of give. And they're thinner, they're more lightweight. When I was looking at reviewers, when I was trying to decide if I wanted to buy this or not, or which one I wanted to buy, some of my YouTube reviewer friends, they did not like the fluorocarbon strings. They said, I played it for a couple days, took them off, put on some Aquila, and I was done. Well, that's fine, to each his own. I do love the nylagut Aquilas, and I have most of my instruments use them, but if you can give these a chance, they're actually amazing. I love playing with these lighter strings and the give that they have and just the ease they are, easier on the fingers. I wouldn't do it for every instrument, but for this particular instrument, I love that fluorocarbon light string. Now, what is this made of and why does that matter? Okay, it is made of a combination of polycarbonate and carbon fiber. So it is not made of wood at all. It is made all those high quality plastics. And the reason that that matters for some people is that if you know anything about wooden instruments, they don't do awesome in heat, humidity, moisture, any of that stuff. So if you like to go camping or you want to go sit outside and play your instrument, I mean, it's not a big deal if you do that every once in a while, but wood is very temperamental in different environments. And so if you're a person who wants to play a bunch outside or goes camping or, you know, plays out in the cold or sits on the front porch, you're putting your wooden instrument in a little bit of risk because it's porous and it can get warped and it's just generally not good. So for people that are like, I want to take an instrument anywhere in 90 degrees, in 3 degrees, in rain, in snow, whatever, this kind of instrument is good for that. Now, they make all different kinds of instruments that are made of plastic. They're all over the place. All these different designers and manufacturers make them. But this MSRP, everybody wants to know what it costs, right? MSRP, $90. $89.99 is the MSRP, which is crazy low to me for a high quality instrument. Anything under $100 for something that will last your whole life and you can play and play and play is worth it to me. So that's what they cost. Now this one was a little bit more because it's limited edition, but if you just get the plain Enya Nova, $89.99. Which is crazy good. And that's, you know, if it was just the instrument, I'm cool with it, you know, if it was just the instrument, but you get more than just the instrument with this particular manufacturer. So I'm going to take you through some of the extras that you get with the Nova when you order it. Now, first of all, I did say you do get a strap, which is great. And the strap color, I think, changes depending on what color instrument you order. So if you order the black one, I think you get a different color strap, but you get an actual Enya brand strap that comes with it, and it's a good quality and it stays on really well. So you get that. You also get this little pouch, and inside the pouch you get a couple of things. You get an extra set of strings, which is nice. Not everybody gives you an extra set of strings for free, so you get that inside this little pouch. You also get a capo. Full disclosure, this is not a good quality capo. I struggle to even put it on there. It would definitely not fit a standard ukulele with a thicker neck. These have really slim necks. It works, but it's not gonna be very, it's not gonna last you a very long time. It's a nice little novelty. They threw it in. Like I said, $90 just for the instrument is a great deal. Most manufacturers don't send you anything extra. You're lucky if you get a gig bag, and you definitely aren't getting strings and capos and everything else. So I'm gonna give them some credit and say it's not the best capo, but at least it's something. They didn't have to give you anything. Now, all of this has been a glowing review to this point, but there is one big bummer about this instrument, and I'm about to show it to you. So it comes with, and this is nice, it does come with the gig bag. Not all instruments do, by the way. It does come with this little gig bag, has the Enya logo on it. It is pretty hard. It's like a hard shell case. It's not like completely hard shell. I mean, it could get crushed, but it's not soft. It's not malleable, and it fits the instrument really well. Front and back, has a little handle here. But here's what bums me out about this case. First of all, it is super awkward to zip up around any of these curves. It gets stuck really easily, which annoys me a little bit. But worse than that, it has no padding of any kind on the inside. It's just a shell. And that's not the end of the world. I would have liked to have some padding, but here's what stinks, okay? There are no pockets on the outside. There are no pockets on the back. There's nowhere to put anything in here. And there's no shoulder strap on the back, which a gig bag usually has shoulder straps. And I always sling mine over my shoulder, put it over both shoulders. So if I'm traveling, I can have two hands free to carry stuff. No shoulder strap. Only this handle. No pockets. Nowhere to put a capo or extra strings or a strap. All this extra stuff that you get, and they give you a case that doesn't hold any of it. And then you can't even sling it over your shoulder, which is kind of the novelty of having a gig bag in the first place. So it's a bummer. And here's what's even a bigger bummer. You can't purchase your own just generic concert-sized gig bag for this because the headstock is much longer than normal and it doesn't fit. So if you buy a concert gig bag, it'll fit the body, but it will not fit around the top. So you can't even buy another one. You're kind of stuck with this. And Enya, at least to this point, has not made another holder, another case for this model, which is a very popular model, that I would be willing to go and pay money to get a better gig bag for this, but I can't even do that because it doesn't exist. So that is a huge bummer. But for the most part, I really don't travel a ton with my instruments. I mostly play them around the house. So it's not the end of the world. It's just I wish they would have done something different with that. But anyway, quickly I'm going to play for you. This is the best part because if it doesn't sound good, it really doesn't matter how pretty it is, right? It is a beautiful ring on every chord, no deadness, it just dies as soon as you hit the chord. It is beautiful and has this like crisp sound. That sound hole I can hear awesome as I'm playing. So I say 2 thumbs up for this. If you're on the fence, get it. The only big downer is the carrying case, which is not the end of the world, and maybe at some point Enya will go ahead and update that or add a new gig bag or something that we can get to use for that. But love it, highly recommend, and I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, of course, you can put them in the comments, and please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out when people are supportive, and I know that so many of you are. So thanks so much, guys. Have a great day, and I will come back at you soon.